Hello Aries and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess. The Judgment card has come out for you straight away. This is your reading for December the 1st to the 15th, and would you believe every single fire sign has had this so far. So it seems to be a very strong energy around at the moment, especially for the fire signs. So this is a reading for the first half of December, the 1st through the 15th, and it is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate. Just take what feels right and leave the rest. If it does really resonate, there will be an extended. The link is in the description box below. We'll have a look at the future beyond and sneak peek into that, and we'll also get some more information on the energies. So I'd love it if you come over to that. The link is in the description box below. And if you enjoy this reading, Aries, please remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Oh, crossed by the 9 of Swords. I think I've got this deck upside down. I'm just going to turn it around for you, Aries. The 7 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. The Page of Swords. The 5 of Swords. The 8 of Swords. The Knight of Wands, and the High Priestess. Wow, Aries. And we have the base, the 10 of Pentacles. Now, I feel like because, you know, we're in Sagittarius energy, your fellow fire sign, I feel like the fire signs are just like a trinity of energies that are all working together. So you might find at this time, if you have any friends or partners or loved ones that are Sagittarius or Leos or fellow Aries, that these are people that might be going through similar things that can actually be there supporting you as well. So it's actually a really important time to remember that. So I'm just going to pull a charm for you before I get stuck into some more cards. What do we have? We have a fish, I think. Yeah, cute. A little fish swimming in the water. So, you know, something, I just got the word something fishy. Something fishy. So I feel like, you know, this is the fish swims in the water. The water is the emotional energy, the emotional sign. I feel like there might be something, a murky feeling that's coming up here. But little fish is actually quite innocent, but there's just this sense of something around it. Maybe the water he or she is swimming in is not good for it at this moment in time. So there's a sense that there's some sort of emotions or emotional relationship or space, could be to do with your environment, that is toxic, that is not good for you. So that's kind of as an energy is coming out. I'm going to pull, I feel like there's a big reassessment coming on at the moment for this reading. You could be feeling quite frustrated and stuck as well. So let's pull some cards, an animal spirit energy for Aries. But there's also some really good cards around you too, Aries. So I feel like your mind's actually getting in the way of a few of things. Your mind might be playing some tricks on you at this moment in time. Wow, look at this starfish. So again, we're looking at things beneath the water in the sea. And the starfish, again, it is illuminates, it represents happiness. What parts of you are shining? What parts are illuminating things that are in the water, in your emotions? So I do feel like there's things in your emotional body that are affecting you, affecting your mind at this moment in time, Aries. So let's pull some fairies. Let's see what the fairies have to say before we get stuck into this. But see, everything else around you looks good. That's the thing. That's why I'm saying I think your mind is playing some tricks on you, because there's a lot of good stuff happening here. I'm just going to pull one of the fairies. Wow, we have the Singer of the Chalice. Wow, beautiful. Number 12. And this is really opening you up to receive some beautiful, nurturing, healing energies that are coming through. Replenishment. There's a replenishment and a rebirth that's happening here for you on offer, Aries. And it might be that you're feeling a little bit depleted at this moment, or you feel like you don't have energy for whatever reason. It could be feelings of anxiety, but this Singer of the Chalice is opening, there's an opportunity to open up to these higher vibrational energies and replenish your soul, replenish yourself. So, but I feel like a lot of you might be cut off from that, not feeling it at this moment, because in my head, I know that's what this is, but I'm not feeling it. So I feel like I'm cut off at the heart at this moment from opening in my heart center to that higher energy. So something perhaps is blocking. So we have as the main cross, we have judgment or the situation crossed by the 9 of Swords. So there's a lot of stuff coming up here at the moment, Aries, and this is kind of a lot of energy that's around, and especially affecting you guys. The fact that this is kind of your main card that's come up here is that things from the past are coming up. There's a lot of stuff coming up at the moment, and it's to the point where I almost feel a little bit really funny in the tummy, a bit off. I feel a bit off when I'm connecting into this. And so, there's no wonder that 9, it's stirring up that 9 of Swords energy, which is stress, worry, overthinking, connecting to fears that the fear exists, but the thing that you're fearful of isn't really there. So there are some of the energies that can come up with this 9 of Swords. This can also be depression, mental depletion. So this can be looking at your mental health. And so this whole thing, I do feel like there needs to be a replenishment of the mind, Aries, that there's been a struggle with some thoughts, or with your element of the air is what I'm getting. And I feel like I'm just struggling. So yeah, a lot of stuff's come up to be looked at, and it can be an unpleasant, uncomfortable process. And that's part of the energies that are happening at the moment. But they're coming up to be cleared because there's a massive opportunity for a rebirth and a letting go of all of that. But the process of it can feel a bit yucky in the meantime. But we do have, in your conscious mind, the 7 of Pentacles. So you're looking for ways to invest. You're looking for growth. You're looking to bring in more growth in your life. And so I do feel like you're wanting more, Aries, maybe wanting to look for where you can expand areas of your life, whether this is, I'm not getting any, I feel like it could be your living quarters, where you're living, or it could be related to your work, like getting more money coming in somehow, or how you can invest that money. So it's really looking at growth in the earth energy around you, your material worth, your material wealth. So yeah, I do feel like, but also like deep down, we have the 4 of Wands, which is, this is the deep down energy, Aries, that is affecting you and probably dictating a lot of the energies in this reading. And we have the 4 of Wands. This is happy home. This is like the twin flames, the 1111, the master number, sorry. And so it's actually putting an end to something here. We have the two crosses of the Judgment card. We've got the 2 11s, 2 10s and 2 11s here. So there's all these interesting sense that you're letting go of an old cycle and stepping into a new cycle of mastery here, a new cycle of self-mastery, a new cycle of understanding self and sense of self, where you're moving up a level. You're up leveling here, which is why in your conscious mind you're looking for growth, because on a deep level you are expanding and growing. So that's where a lot of that rebirth energy is coming, the end of a cycle. Things are being cleared out from that old cycle. And it's, there's this huge soul evolution, this soul expansion coming. So, yeah, I can understand that that's why you're now feeling that 9 of Swords, because it is moving you. There might be feelings of wanting to move house or find a new job or something like that. Just expand in whatever ways. In the recent past, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And this is things have started to change. The wheel has started to turn, and you felt this shift. You felt this change. And it's been something that's happened on a few different levels in your life. It could have happened in a few different levels of your life. But the wheel is turning, and there's this sense that you can't go back. You can't rewind time. You can't turn back time. We're moving forward, and you can't go backwards. There's this sense that I just can't go backwards. So, it's this sort of propelling forward, movement forward. But what are you moving forward to? Maybe that's where the stress is, because it's like maybe it's not obvious where you're moving to. You're just getting this sense of needing to expand and move. Now we have in the near future the Page of Swords. And this is where that information, some of those puzzle pieces that were missing, come to you. So this is receiving news, upskilling. Again, I do feel like this is gaining new skills, but I do feel like this is information coming to you more so than anything, Aries. The information that you are needed, because I think there's something missing here. Something's missing, even though you're going through this huge process, this huge internal upheaval of an old cycle and stepping into a new sense of self. But it's like, well, that in itself is like it's upheaval, so it can feel like a little bit help you feel off. But there was part of that is that there's information missing. You're just kind of caught in this cycle of movement. Things are moving, and it's like, what's happening here? And now you start getting the news or the information that you want that can help you understand, for a start, why that was happening, but also help you understand, give you little snippets of opportunities in which you can grab and move forward. So it could be, if you're looking for a new job, you hear on the wind, someone says, oh, someone's looking for someone. Or you might be wanting to move, and it's like someone says, my friend down the road is renting out their place or selling their place, and, we can do something off market. There's little snippets of information that are coming to you like on the wind through things like that, that it's just, being open to receive and listen for that as well. And that's part of what the Singer of the Chalice is, opening to receive. And these will just help you move you in the right direction and give you a sense of peace that now you understand, or now that there's potential to move and expand. Because it doesn't feel like it just feels like everything's being overhauled at this moment in time. So in this present energy, but you're presenting as the 5 of Swords, so you could be a little bit irritable at this time. You could be starting petty arguments. People could be annoying you. It can be you're just not yourself. With the 9 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, maybe you're not sleeping well as well. You could just be tired. You're kind of creating conflicts in your life. You could be creating conflicts or having to deal with a lot of conflicts as well. It's kind of not, it's not the best place to be, but I can understand, because I feel like you're in this washing machine at this moment where things are just going, ugh. And so in your environment, you've got the 8 of Swords, which is, feeling stuck, because there is this sense that there's this huge process and overhaul and wanting to move forward, but things aren't moving forward at this moment, or not being able to see where you have kept yourself and self-limitations as well, because this figure in this 8 of Swords can easily remove those binds and that blindfold, they're not held on very tightly. And these swords represent all the thoughts that are rigid or stuck that are holding that person in place. But they could easily free themselves and liberate. So there's a sense of feeling stuck in an environment, but it's actually not going to be that hard to liberate yourself from this. So it just feels like it at the moment because of this heaviness of what's going on there. So we have in the near future, hopes and fears, we have the Knight of Wands, and this is exactly it. This is you, Aries, wanting to go charging forward into the unknown, into making these huge changes, just finding solutions, taking action. And it's really frustrating because at the moment you're in the washing machine of energy, this huge overhaul, and you can't do that. So that's also frustrating, feeling like a little bit stuck. But we have as an outcome the High Priestess. And I think this is, what this is actually wanting you to do is the fact that you're not seeing things maybe in your rational mind. A lot of this process requires trust, and it's actually a lot easier to go through this when you're connected to your intuition. And I feel like it's almost a bit of a test, Aries, really, because what they're wanting you to do is to connect to your intuition on a higher level, the High Priestess, and to trust the universe and to trust the process and to trust your intuition on what feels right and what doesn't feel right. And it may be that you haven't been able to feel that because of the energy that's been washing around. And now she comes back in strongly and it's like, finally I get a sense of what feels right again. And so that's just like suddenly I can see again, but it's seeing through your third eye, your psychic ability, your intuitive ability. So it feels suddenly like everything's expanding and I can see again. So, yeah, it feels really positive. So let's have a look at this starfish energy coming through. That this is all about bringing some light to those feelings that are coming up, looking at your happiness as well is what they're saying, looking at what makes you happy deep down. So how you're shining on an emotional level as well. So yeah, it's interesting finding that balance between the water and the fire, because obviously you're a lot more happier in the fire energy of taking action, moving forward, being the beautiful Aries energy that you are. But this starfish is forcing you to look at things in your emotional world. It's shining a light, soft light on it, so it's not harsh and too scary, but it can be uncomfortable. So, but ultimately what it's doing is wanting you to step into more happiness. So this 10 of Pentacles is at the base of the reading. And this is kind of strangely, this is what I feel like they're showing you. This is actually what you can't see at this moment in time, but this is where the energy is, what the energy is all about, strangely, even though it doesn't feel connected to any of the other. It's really odd because normally this card feels connected to the rest of the reading. This card doesn't feel connected to any of the other cards. I'm not feeling a connection. It feels like a separate energy. And that's why I feel like this is actually stability. And this is all such an unstable energy in this present moment that, strangely enough, it's one of those things that you're experiencing, all this instability and trusting your intuition and stepping back into that intuitive energy because it's moving you towards stability. And so, and in a sense of self, feeling quite stable within self. But part of that is knowing that you can go through that and get through to the other side. And this is saying this is what's on the other side. You just can't see it yet. And this is wealth, stability, happiness, long-term, feeling like a peak of like you're in control and all of this sort of stuff. So it's actually really beautiful, like really good energy, this 10 of Pentacles energy you can see. And there's, a happy home and there's a sense of legacy or generation. But yeah, again, I'm being shown that this is something that you're not going to be feeling or seeing just yet, but this is something that's coming and they want you to know that. So that's it, Aries. It is a bit of a trust in faith, but opening up to those higher vibrations if you can, and connecting into your intuition. And I do feel like there's going to be an opportunity to, there's this expansion, this huge change coming in, and there will be a sense of moving forward, but you're still in the process of clearing out a lot of stuff at this moment in time. So I hope that makes sense. This is where I'm leaving the YouTube reading, and we're going to pull out some more cards. We're going to look at a sneak peek into the future in the Vimeo, the extended reading. So the link is in the description box below. I'd love it if you come over. We'll also get some more information for all of these other cards and get some more fairy information for you, Aries. So thank you so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you've enjoyed this reading. And take care, Aries. I'll see you next time. Bye.